Hello. It's been a while. I took a little break, but it is time to actually get this damn benzene finished. I think it's just been like a mental block for me because I want to do it all in one session, but I'm just gonna do it now, stream until it's done. Shouldn't take too long. Hopefully I'll have enough energy left over for it, because I have been pretty busy here the past week. That's why I haven't been streaming too much too. Okay, let's tear this down now. Set up. That's the power ripped out. And I also finished the Dangoti. Just deposit all this. Finish the Dangoti distillers as well. Even with a spare for next time. Like, you saw me start this craft like 5 days ago, if anyone here can even remember that far back. Haven't really touched too much since then. Still needs the muffler hatch, even though it's not gonna be stinking. Hopefully it's like actually not gonna stink. I'm just gonna put an IV one on there anyways, because like it's not even expensive. Been an IV for so long. No IV component is really gonna break the bank. Pretty sure I have most of the basic IV components passive anyways. It's pretty much free. The passive is a bit slow, but it's passive and it's a 24/7 server, so I have all of the resources banked. And for these HSSS here for turbines later, I did do like a little bit of the planning I wanted to do for a turbine, so I think I'm just gonna quadruple this and use the XL turbo turbines instead. These ones, big fellas. Not excited for when I have to rebuild these. When the server gets ported to 2.9, but don't even know when the stable release of that is gonna get released, and then like we're also waiting for patches after that. Like, might be months still. Just gonna run the ads now, actually. It's not like there's anyone here, I don't think. Remove all of this stuff because I'm making sulfuric acid directly, so it's probably gonna be used. Water I don't care about. Just trying to clear up the space here. Anything else here? Stop the extract. Actually, just mine this straight up. And then I want to build the other one of these fellas just to get stuff off my inventory. You face it there. Hopefully you're oriented correctly. Always deal with it later though. It's not anything that's overtly needing to be rushed. Like when it needed to be a valid structure by the time it's going to run. Then I think it's, yeah, it seemed like it. One of these can, is it just 5 across? It is, which means I'll need to move you. Like that. And then just circle around here. And I'll just little swan the rest. Never mind, that is an oopsie. Quickly fixed though. Oh, that's actually double oopsie. Okay, that looks good. Valid structure. I guess I just, oh, it's the wrong button. Oop. No, I need to wait for it to be valid first and then do that. Yes, and then I can rotate you. Just grab everything. Honestly, I can just dump all the liquids back onto the network. Does it work? Except maybe the nitric acid, I don't think I have that on my network. But I'm sure I can find somewhere to dump the nitric acid. I don't really think it's worth it though. Actually. Like, literally right here is somewhere I could dump the nitric acid if I just wait until it's built. So I'm running this at EV. So that is double this, but it should be worth to. Well, I can. Yeah, my plan is to speed it up later, so I'll keep it at EV. And I'm gonna need a extreme transformer. a mega transformer. Called I am. That's what they're called. And making sure everything doesn't blow off my my windowsill because it's windier today. Pretty nice, actually, especially since it's approaching another hot zone. I guess I should say period. Okay, put on muffler edge on you. That should now be a valve structure. Yep. And I got my 2 input hatches. This one should just be water. The other one is the diluted sulfuric acid. So I should be able to set up this guy now. Like that, grab 2 buckets. And then all our outputs. Shouldn't be anything there that it's gonna interfere with. Then the fluid trash can that I tossed aside actually go there. Put the water output, and you can go there. Should be fine. Hello, Bobdo. Like, I think it's able to transport as much as is being produced. The builders wander away. Just put this one on the floor. And fix up my floorboards here actually. Should just all be mist. I think for my setup I only have the one glowing block in the middle. Don't know if it's actually gonna... Yeah, it's not actually gonna fully mob proof. So you do have to... I think it's because like this... So the glowing block should be... Yeah, it's right there actually. But it's gonna be blocked, so let me just... Boop, boop, make these glow. I put one back. What's the priority on this thing? No, I don't think I can have priorities, but I'm sure I put 1,000 on this thing, so I should be able to just dump this in my storage as well, and it'll be used first. Yeah. I can pick up the rest of this. That guy, I'll just leave until I have the permanent spot. Okay. I did make the high amp. Probably want to run it over the roof here actually. Where did I put my power for this guy? Actually... Did I not put them on? Interesting. I just forgot. Maybe I just thought I'll deal with that later, which I was right to think. Either way, it doesn't seem to have any. It's very important that I make sure that it doesn't actually have any anywhere, because when you put power hatches onto a multi-block, it's going to expect to receive that much power. So if you have unpowered hatches on there, it's typically going to result in power fails. Because it's trying to run at a voltage which it doesn't have power for. But it's not looking like it has anything on there. It's good. I don't see why I would tilt them into the floor. Machines don't actually need energy hatches to be able to form either. Which is a bit curious. Okay. Do you think before I connect the power I should deal with the functionality? This over here was just a temporary setup. So I would want to use these 7 blocks in between, because I'm trying to run the same recipe across both of them. That is the ideal anyways. So I need 4 inputs, should just be able to be done in a quad hatch, and 2 outputs. And as for the throughputs, either I'd want to use like quad DT pipes or a high tier of melodic. High tier of end IO, that being melodic, is what I meant to say. But I goob. I goob a lot. Could be neat if I put the nitrobenzene output in the middle here. But would it be the most convenient though? Like, it would be convenient for access, but it wouldn't be... Like, I can't put the energy hatches further up, can I? Let me see... Yeah, only on the bottom. So, no dice. Superconductor. EV superconductors look like just uranium, that's also I remember them. Uranium and platinum, so not too bad. How about the HV ones? Because like if I use superconductors, it's not gonna matter if I put the energy hatches far apart. Well, except for the visual. This is the HV. Barium. Barium is a problem. As you can tell, 5. And I needed quite a lot in LuV, which does mean I also need to properly source it, but it's not gonna be right now. The IV one as well. Let me see. IV. Well, I don't really have a... Yeah, like the EV is free, IV not. But the EV, I can make tons of it. So that would not be a problem. IV, not so. In LuV, like, not really too much point in checking. It's gonna be expensive as hell. Both barium and indium, that's really both the problem child. What about the MB superconductor? This one isn't gonna be relevant here, but I'm just curious. I haven't really looked into the superconductors too much, so let's just doing it now. No hot ingots. Don't have a proper source of cadmium, but I do think I have a decent bit. So I can probably source it decently, so MB is also manageable. Can I get pure cadmium? No. That is a no. Tier 8, because this is such a fancy late game material. And it's used for my MV superconductors. Thank you, GregTech. Svalrite. See. Svalrite is one I need for indium, that's what it's called. And if I do it for that, I can also get byproducts. Yeah, EV could allow me to put them out here without having to deal with additional cable loss. LuV. That also means that I wouldn't need this thing. Would it even matter too much trying to use this tile? It's like it's not like it's gonna. I guess I could also run the A2 below, but either I do like all the automation below, or I have to run the A2 cable above anyways. Which does give me good reason to try to do it below, in which case I should dig out an area. Alright, that's like a mine shaft down here. So need 3 different spots. Like up to this. This should be pretty mob proof though. Oh, not completely. Kind of reasons like that, I don't really trust just leaving this up without. Well, I guess I could just pretty quickly wall off this little cave generation here. Life gives you gravel, build a wall. Oh my god, I have exactly enough. Should also just make sure that I'm not creating a little mob spawn hole behind these walls. Should be fine like that. Okay, so grab these, can choose them over here to build that structure when I get to that point. Then two... Wait, actually just remembered, I do want two input hatches for the sulfuric acid, because I want to try to make a priority input here. So I am recycling the diluted, which I want to use first. Okay, so I think it would use the west one first. It's the one that would be annoying to do. So many damn hatches. Just everything go in there, I'll take you out when you need it. Actually, I could. And the other thing, if I'm not taking sulfuric acid off of my network, I just want to scale this locally. So I could just take the sulfuric acid from over there and put it into a far one. I could also just be wrong with their priority system. It's just a theory, but it's a good starting point. Give me HV output hatches. Then 1 quad inputs. Normal inputs. So you nitrobenzene, you dilute sulfuric acid. Actually, I wanted to go out front. I don't have a recipe for that. That's odd. But it sure doesn't seem like I do. Okay. Funny enough, it's probably because of the uranium being too expensive at the time. But uranium is a solved problem now. So that was Mixer 2. Yeah, I'm using Sapalloy for uranium. Could also be using it for titanium, but I can't just have it followed off with the uranium. And that would be probably just double this thing a bit and go wire mill. Well, that's gonna do its thing. I'll just set everything else up. So it doesn't actually seem like I'll be using this one here. Yeah, I'm only gonna be using 2 of those amps, funnily enough. Not using them for a power spine. Already have all that set up. LuV base SSD cable is plenty enough. It's pretty curious how many amps you can carry on the higher tiers of a superconductor. Like if you go like I guess UV, maybe an example, like 32 amps on the first tier. Like maybe it's just because they get more expensive, but like why would you need to carry that many amps? Like wouldn't it like go down in the amount of amps you carry per cable? It should go up because it's more power. It's kind of spooky, honestly. So amp. I haven't really looked into these because none of the multi-blocks I really use have been allowing them. And like the laser hatches with just a very very casual amount of amperage. Jesus Christ. Like are these even like ever needed at this scale? Like this doesn't even mean anything to me, that's just numbers. God. Yes, let me power my mega EBF with 4 million amps of of UXV power, so I can make 1 ingot. I laugh now, but let's see how much I'll be laughing when I get there. Thank you for the follow, Bobdu. appreciate it. George. That's a it's a bit of a, was that not in the, doesn't seem to be in this version. Probably a 2.9 thing, I'm guessing then. That's a bit of a weird name for a, I'm guessing multi-block. Or Godforge. That makes more sense that it's not the official name. Yeah, I've seen this fella before. I always thought it looks a bit like a very odd ring. This one is like in this preview. Do you know that like, at least I'm pretty sure it has like animations when it's actually running. This silly stuff, but maybe yes, maybe not. It is like Minecraft, not perhaps not a moving blocks around. This ain't create. Stinky create. I'm guessing you're referring to this fellow. Power Forge. Interesting. Input LuV, LuV to IV, IV to EV, EV to HV. I got my HV energy hatches. LuV, place that. Then EV to EV here. So odd to see like this thin cables after so long. Like I'm used to even like the smallest of cables having been like twice the thickness due to the I guess it would be like insulation coverage, the rubber on it. HV. I don't even have to color them because they're already my color scheme. Okay, so that's done. Once dilute the sulfuric acid, so that means it needs to go over here. Into this guy, I can just face him down, because it does look like I'm gonna be doing this from below, and it also means I'll have to destroy my beautiful gravel wall. This is so sad. Should also not remove like the only lighting here. Actually, that's I confuse myself. Don't hate on my boy gravel. That's disrespectful. Think how much gravel has done for you in the time you played this game. Like I said, the only really does anything for you if you play like a Skyblock pack, where where's the source of like all your resources. That's distilled water, and that's sulfuric acid. I think I'll probably just run it over close with pipes, and then use melodic for for the logistics from there without actually having it span the distance. Just like get pipe of big. Then some covers here. Me and my silly pipe shutters. What one of these is sulfuric acid? One on the left. That's the recycle, so I want it to go there. So I want both of them to go in there technically. We're gonna need some more of the big pipes. I guess they aren't even the big pipes, they're just the small pipes. But these pipes are just like still good enough. It's kind of funny. Like, the only thing I've needed higher throughput pipes is like my mixer doing 256 buckets worth per recipe, and then a random ass line of what's it called, like blazing pyrotheum. It's actually for the heat that I have tungsten steel though. It is a spicy liquid. Oh, I already have A2 fluid logistics, unless it's like something extra. I just haven't really been using it because I am not particularly used to A2. So I'm not really used to particularly many things in this pack. I'm just like doing what works, only swapping to other things when what works stops working. It ain't broke, don't fix it kind of mentality. Also, the primary reason why I typically stray away from using AE2 for everything, despite everyone doing that, is because AE2 takes power, and like every other option doesn't. Not that it really matters, because I just kind of... It's actually full. Like, I just kind of have a passive power for my AE2. Got a good bit of passive power in these Dragon Eggs here, which is just gonna be avoided if I don't use it anyway, so I don't actually have the reason to it, but I'm still just trying to train my brain to solve problems also. Yeah, I know I could build more power, and I know it's really not a problem. Like, I'm building more power right now, and it's not really... Like, I could just use my old power setup for my AE2 and it would work. But like, this is a 24/7 server, so for something like AE2 that's gonna be running constantly, it's just gonna constantly drain. And it's mainly just for... because I do want to... It's really just a mental thing, because I want to... like... I want to play this pack because I want to, not because I feel like I have any reason for that I have to, but if I have like a... oh, if I like leave for a month to take a break, do something else, my AE2 is gonna continuously draw power and might break, and when I log back on, I need to like cold start AE2 to get any of my items. So it's also due to that, because like turbine rotors can break, maintenance issues can cause power production to break as well. So I just don't want to deal with... I was making more fluid cells. I wonder if I have a pattern for these. So fluid cell storage housing, 16k. Just put normal... no, I don't put normal in there. Okay, so I make 5 of these. And 3 of these. I'm tired of having to worry about being little bits of fluid left in my system and it throttling and everything, so I'm just gonna make the more. Just gonna be easier. Simple concept of make more is pretty much always the solution. Just how factory games work. It's just a matter of scaling production. Let me build the LCR first, which is why I was moving this, I remember now. Brain is on, hopefully. You are nitrobenzene. Just pick you up. Put you here. I see the stone through that. I think I'm gonna do a little trick here to stop that. There's a thick cable going through it. Oops. Just gotta make it look good down here, just for me to never visit here again. It's the kind of priorities that you'll be the server restart. It's kind of priorities you'll be seeing in this channel. Did restart a little bit before 12. Oh, it's nice. So around the same time, still like 2 minutes. Okay, the server's back up. Oh, I see some mob spawn locations for the wall. No mob spawn. Why shouldn't it be a complete structure now? There's any things missing. That's odd. Should have enough casing blocks. Like it literally just needs an additional one on the bottom row and then that's enough. Like it was a valid structure very recently, before I did all the setups. Because you can like take quad hatches or something. If I do something like that, it's valid. And if I put on a quad input hatch, it shits itself. Ah, so it is that. Maybe it's because this is a EV component and it's only got HV machine casings on it. That would only apply to the energy hatches, but yeah, that would make sense. There's no HV quad input hatch. So I guess I'm gonna go make some EV machine casings. So it's 57 for each, so that would be 114. What is casings? I can recycle these, can I? Yeah, no problem. 114 casings. Like that. Good thing I don't have to actually run the titanium because I have it being cooked by a passive system. Rutile. On top of having a bajillion titanium on the side, that would need to be cooked. Still not sure where it's from. I think it's just these two. Yeah, those two combined. I go it over here. Yeah, that was very fast. Then I can just fluid extract and fluid shaper the other. So I'm just gonna insta mine this. Hope I don't overshoot. I overshot. Not the worst though. It's mainly if I hit something that actually has some settings. The configuration on it. Oh, I think I tunneled through the floor there. Maybe I just had a hole there, but I don't think so. And then go EV. Did I didn't overcraft, I just forgot these up here. I would never get math wrong. Just, it's not possible. Don't quote me on that. Okay, well structure. And I learned a thing. So, no harm done really. Wasn't even too bad to do. We should have an extra... Oh, the titanium blocks just because I replaced the hatch. It is thundering. Thunderstorms are terrible. Let's skip that. Here's just that 1/1 since we're not alone on the server. Also seems Galv bailed. Probably was just AFK and then joined back after the reset. Or I guess restart. Okay. One of those LCRs, I think. I don't actually think I've requested them. So get 2 of those. Very nice. And then I was gonna go recycle these. Do the fluid extractor method, because then I don't need to put them through the EBF again. Little fancy trick. Just a smidge of stainless steel. I don't have access to. No, I do have access to my ingot. Just gotta break a block. Oop. Is LCR's done yet? Yes. Then I want one overclock to EV, and I think the other one overclock to IV. So let me get 2 edges for that. Place them over here. Actually, I still have the stuff from my other LCRs. Probably put that back earlier, so I just recycle that. But I'll just have it recycled the next time. It's really as simple as that. What space do I have here? 8 blocks. I think I just put them like this. Then one sulfuric acid, the other nitric. Nitric acid has the one I want overclocked higher. Doesn't really matter which one's where, actually. But actually I'm gonna put the higher tier one further towards the power, because it'll save more. And for the transformers, want 2 IV to EV, 1 LUV to IV, and 1 EV to HV. Like this. Ads are running. Silly ads. Gotta rub it so it goes faster. That's how it works. Just thinking how I want to set this up to make the cabling smooth. Yeah, I also need to make more HV ones because I used the ones I was gonna use for the goats. Ads are almost done. Invert LuV. Then LuV to IV, IV to EV, and EV to HV. Yep. Should be good. I need a HV cable and a EV cable. Might as well just like start using exclusively the superconductors because they are pretty much just free. Don't have to paint them either. Let's connect both of these. Be set up correctly. I think HV is brown, right? Yes, that is correct. So the energy hatch, put this on there. Should be able to accept them at that height. You just want to double check the tier, all that. No, it cannot do it at that height. Does it even want the muffler hatch? The muffler hatch can go on the top. Like, does it? Oh. I guess it's a valve structure. Or failed a distilled water recipe. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure I can afford to lose the water. These need circuits either. Nope. Then transformer. These. And one of each of these. A bit so it goes faster. It works, trust. Source, trust me, bro. So all of them are facing the correct way. LV to IV, IV to EV, EV to HV. Get my output hatches. And also, don't forget some facades. Just shift click. Then I can kind of just make this thing go indirectly. Hope it works. So one of priorities, what I mean by that, it's more of the pipes. Potent, just the normals. Give me 60. Should go pretty fast. I think it's mainly just delayed by the machines taking 5 seconds to update. It'd be nice if there's a way to get around that, but I think it's probably just implemented there for a reason for the late game. But it does feel a little bit silly when you're just running like one recipe. It's getting, what would you even call it? It's getting delayed, I guess you could just say. Trying to look for a fancier word there, but I'm just not that fancy. Don't have the vocabulary. Never actually requested the output hatches. Like that. can't put it on one hatch. They also use different circuits, so I can actually designate which one does what, which is nice. Sulfuric acid does take a item input as well. I'll probably just put a bus on both of them for purposes of free go circuits. So sulfuric acid and nitric acid. Like that, and then add that, and a void. Middle. I also need a source of water. I'll just do a reservoir hatch, because you know, simple. We like simple. It's not expensive anyways. You unlock this in EV. I'm a bit past that. Just a bit, just a smidge, only like almost 2 voltage, 2 whole voltage tiers. Just a smidge. Also, we need to turn you to the distillery mode manually. Are you polluting? It's gonna do the animation regardless, I think. Pollution in chunk. There's nothing else in the chunk. I think it is polluting. Would love to have it in distillery mode. Right click with a screwdriver. Nice. I think distillery mode is just better than distillation tower mode in every scenario. Scale much better. Except for situations where you can't make use of parallels, but like that's just a skill issue if you can't make the parallels work. Like the 15% EU usage means that you'll always be able to make use of the parallels too. I don't think it'll go down a voltage tier technically. I don't think you can run like EB recipes with only HV input power, even if it only takes a HV worth of power. But I'm not really sure the technicalities on that. But I'm not gonna stress it. I'm not gonna stress test that. If a big Greg doesn't like how you play the game, your base will explode. So gotta do what you can. Stay safe. And I think I'll just run behind here. So I'm doing sulfuric acid on the one that's closer, so I can actually just run it past this guy, because we will not be doing any IO. This. I think. Actually, no, I do need to put it further away, because I don't think it auto outputs in the passive providing. So, just elevate it. Do this because I don't want to rename it again. Then hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. And this, get my reservoir hatch, put that there. All the water. Then just gonna use a melodic here. Yep. Strike on brown. Insert on brown. It's already full. Gonna be overkill, but only for so long. Then I also need a waste output hatch for the water. Hello, Lord of Turtles. It's good. Also prepare this. So I can just shove it into my plinker here. Item conduits. Limit insertion. Circuit 24. Circuit 21. Lights. Shouldn't need a... Well, still just preparing for the data expansion. I'll put one in there. And the water's dealt with. I think once I've dealt with the water trash output, should be done. That's too far up. Everything else should be filtered too. No chance of just dumping my valuables in the trash. Hate for the water to go into nitric acid output and the nitric acid to get voided. Nice, everything's working. Kind of when things that are supposed to work just work. It's gotta be one of my favorite genders. Then need another 2 melodics over here. I'll just make 4 because I'll need them later. I'm gonna be using melodics for a while. What's the next here actually? In the IO fluids, Stellar, PBI, and what's this? Nether Stars and Aqueduct. Yeah, I'm gonna be using melodic for a good while. It's gonna be a long time before it's warranted using Nether Stars and Aqueduct just for the entire pipe. Might not even like ever happen. Melodics are gonna be fine for a while. The only non-renewable thing here is the Hurricane, which is not hard to get. Everything else is easily managed. Even the tungsten. Mag fuel, I'm guessing you mean for the Aqueduct reactors. Like these guys. This UV. Maybe the small ones. Let me just look at the... I remember there being quite a few different fuels for this. Not sure if I can go for it now though. Like I think the fluid's only used in the the big reactors. Yeah, I kinda got the same impression that the small ones aren't particularly good. I also got the impression I can't really go for the big ones yet either. What's the how does the fusion change the calculation, if I may ask? Does it allow you to do Nakoda reactors? I think I'll still need to do this upgrade to even get there. Fusion for power. I see. I haven't looked into that at all. These are gonna be the ones I'm getting. I don't know if I'll be able to see it in the recipe screen here. Maybe it's power from one of these things. But that's how I get uranium. That's a lot of... Let me get calcium. Yeah, probably not gonna be using that recipe, I suspect. Actually, probably will, because like it's still in a different form. Definitely interesting. Not seeing how this turns into power though. I guess check the power tab. You use plasma. So, guessing you're referring to these things? Large plasma turbine. I did see those in passing while looking around. These guys. I was looking like the axle turbos, and I saw there was an axle turbo for plasma. I didn't think too much of it though. I kind of just have a filter in my mind right now that being a plasma means far in the future. I can't get that. Oh no. Not fully wrong, but I am getting ever closer to it. That's a lot of Nakoda. But like you do get the Nakoda line LuV, at which point I'd imagine Nakoda gets a lot easier to get. Let me see, does it say like power? How much from one reactor? It's a lot of text. Almost a million EU a tick. Almost 8 CPMMs. I see the point. Is that per turbine or per fusion thing? Fusion multi. Okay, so it's like one turbine for one fusion for 8 turbines. Palladium turbine. Just thinking if this is better than the turbines I'm planning on. No. These are terrible. What? Those are awful. Why would I make those? They're more expensive than these and they're worse. Scam alert. Draconium? Hope you're not referring to the awakened Draconium ones, because I don't think I can make those. Where is the turbine? Over here, the little funky. Better durability, but still, like, this is more efficiency. And I think actually, I don't know if there's, like, when I get option for automatic turbine replacement. And, like, I've heard that somewhere, I don't remember where, so I don't really know when I get access to that. Like this, I'm not really sure how to get Draconium automatically. The ability is good though, but also more expensive. Oh, I can just get it from a vein, that's not a problem. Like, I also don't think I'm gonna be breaking, like 3 mil durability ones. Like these... Like this is the same durability as the ones I'm making, and they are very fine. With the... Jesus. How expensive they are. Referring to the HSSS here. Like I can just make more if they break. Take this man out back. Cartel style execution. Right now I don't remember the exact map, but I think it's like 3700 EU tick or something. It's like nearly 1 IV amp. But I don't remember. I think IV amps are like almost 8000, so it would be like it's close to that. It's enough to warrant the buffer. I don't quite remember though, but I am using. Like, I guess I could just redo the math actually. I still have the spreadsheet somewhere. I just gotta re-put it in. Give me a moment. I can give you a more precise answer. Large turbine calculator. 7,440 EU tick. Yeah. And I have 16 of those at the moment. Which is why I'm upgrading, because that is proving too low. Yeah. About like 1 amp LuV is like 8,200. So like 800 lower. Okay, where was I? Melodics. Oop. Oop. Then do you need a... You do also need benzene from my system. Might just provide it from over here though to save the extra channel. It's just one. So this melodic will have all of the throughput you could ever dream of. Then I can just run it lower. Do one of these. Just like that. Hehe. The game is gaming. I got all my... Well, not all actually. Alright, the other ones just recycle. Then... Boop. 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 Put sulfuric acid behind, because it's a cycle, so it's not gonna fill. And then... them in order, because OCD... OCD's nut! Sorry. I had to. Then distilled water, which is here. And then they also need a circuit, which is why they are saying no. Just do some more buses for that. Put them on the outside here. I'll troubleshoot that once I put the other one in. It is still saying no. No nitrobenzene. Oh. Does the chemical plant not even do the... Bam. Should really like actually bookmark the correct recipe. I don't even need to do any of the recycling at all. My silly. I can make this a lot simpler then. Given that I don't even need that guy. Nor this entire line. That's why you read the fine print. This recipe is actually so much better. And like I don't even have to worry about recycling either. Onion actually read it correctly from the beginning, so I don't have to suffer anyways. Like, you know. It's fine. Happens. Just dump this back onto my network. Then grab both of these guys. I could just move it over one, but I'm not moving all the pipes since they are full. Not dealing with that. Would have been so much easier. But even so, still pretty easy. Sorry, I doubted your chemical plant, you're just so much better. Now I should be able to find the recipe. Yep. Makes 15 in 10 seconds. And I have 2 of those. The Greg has been Gregged. Can all go home now. The Greg has Gregged. Clean all this up. Do I have bubble in my... I do, but like it's kind of... just gonna clog anyways, so I don't think I have a right upgrade on the bubble. It's incomplete. Still incomplete. Alright, yeah, still needs a output hatch on each layer. Handle that. Alright, so I'll be back in a bit. Yeah. See in a bit. I need to do something. Okay, sorry for the interruption. I'm back. All this should have backed up and is working correctly. Let's see if I will fail. Don't have any void on. Okay, this seems like it very conveniently. Oh my god. Very conveniently added up to fill 64. Even though it makes 5 at that time. That is more than a little bit odd. I don't think it would have gone through the overflow I have yet. Let's see if it's... Yeah, it hasn't. Okay, well it's not trying to fire. Actually, wait, yeah, they're showing a hatch. So that would be why one got a overlap on the other. So it did void. Maybe I should separate them then. Can I do that easily? Getting another one there is not gonna help. Needs to be somewhere not in the middle slice, but I can already used all that up for energy hatches. I guess just the smaller loss, everything for this is passive too. It's not like it's gonna try to craft if there's just like one millibucket missing. Maybe I just make a bigger hatch, so it'll do less of a difference. Actually, but yeah, it's only gonna... I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. Like, I'm kind of scaling my my system for it to be able to run flat out anyways. Oh, you can also move that. That's done in any case. Another power. But I don't really know how much of this I'll be doing today. I was kind of just preparing for a shorter stream today. So I still have the spark of the Greg. I'll keep going while it's there. See if I can find it. LuV. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, not able to get those yet actually. I need Nequita coils. Guess that's the next goal. But on my system running, like, if I make my my EVS setup run like 3 machines at LuV, that's most of my power grid. Whether I can actually pull that off is yeah, that would be pretty rough. So the main rough part is still needing those Nequita coils. This can't even be sped up 400 seconds. That's rough. It's really rough. And then Aquata coils. I think we're gonna need the neck of the line for this. 100%. Yeah, it's just 8 Nequita per coil. the system I have right now, it's like I'm gonna be upgrading them all at the same time, so that's gonna be I think it's like 46, but let me actually do the math. My god, maybe if I stop moving, I'll be able to do math better. So 15 plus 6, 21, 42. Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right, I can just do 25 minus 4 times 2. So 42. It's times 8. That would be like over 300. Specifics don't really matter from there. I definitely need the Naquita line before I can get those. I'm not really sure what they deem to like use to deem how good things are, because like this, like the main thing you would optimize for is efficiency, no, like not durability. So like why wouldn't you go for the max efficiency by far available, that being HSSS, and then just like make more of those because they're cheap? I don't get it. But yeah, like I can't make the power infrastructure. I have to move into Naquita line. How much of this actually needs LuV power? There's gotta be something in here. Let me check the entire asset line. EV. Pretty simple. Ethanol. Just make from ethylene. Probably just have it somewhere. Kind of hard for me to decipher your message when there's no punctuation. But I'm just gonna take the last part, rotor durability is not a problem, and go with yippee, no problems. All is well. I think this is my start that I already have. So then, do I get titanium for this as well? Sweet. Actually check the chest, the quest for neutron activator. Is this the one in the... This is the one in the neutron activator, this one. How does this thing work? Let me check the structure. Really simple structure. Just let me check the actual quest. Like traditional militaries, instead of using a regular energy hatch, this machine relies on Neutron accelerator will need to be regulated by a sensor hatch. Neutron accelerator needs to provide a power just like an energy hatch. Okay, the accelerator will increase in its neutron kinetic energy, NKE. When the NKE is between the requested number, which you see in NEI, the machine will work and output the red products. However, if you turn on the neutron activator when NKE doesn't meet the requirement, it will still consume your input material but output trash, so be careful with the NKE when you run this machine. Null neutron accelerators aren't running, NKE will decrease at 72 keV a second. Neutron activator will explode when NKE is over 1200. Enable batch mode. You have tears? Sure do, tall boy. I don't think I'll be needing that though, I can hope at least. Drone sensor. I wouldn't imagine this thing's too complicated to set up, but like, I don't know. Let me see the accelerator. Neutron. Activator. Oh, it's just like an energy hatch type of thing. I do have a precise assembler, yeah. It's this fellow, right? Yes. I got that guy. So it just uses the neutron accelerator instead of an energy hatch. Then you just gotta throttle the power input on this thing. Then neutron sense outputs the amount. It's a nice RS latch you can do with the neutron activator. I'll see to that when I get there. So I gotta deal with redstoning again. Yeah, this thing needs a precise assembler, I see. Needs Mark 1 casing. So I need to make that as well. Mark 1. Need how many of these? Naturally gonna be using the minimum again. It's like this shit's expensive as hell. 42. CPM. Jesus. Like I can't just make that. Just iridium. As you see in the controller, it says will lose energy if no energy hatch is active. So what you can do is put an LuV accelerator hatch on it. That's why they're basically free to operate. So you just like use like a weak accelerator hatch. Actually, yeah, it would be easier with a weak one to manage it as well. If it moves up by smaller up and down by smaller variables, it'll be easier to micro adjust. Oh, how big is the window I need for this? 30. And then like if it's off by just 1 second, it's gonna go off. I guess this is like the challenge of the neck of the line, finding out this one. This fella. That's expensive. High density uranium. Why would you... I guess because it's cheaper. Is this expensive then? Perhaps uranium. It's annoying, but I don't think it's expensive. Tungsten carbide. It's just gonna be tungsten and carbon, no? Yeah, that's not expensive. Hard has to get the required amount of EV, but you can simply put an additional hatch on it, which shuts off after reaching the desired energy. But, like, the thing I'm kind of noticing here, like the amount I need for my recipe is like it has a gap of 30. But like if the machine is not receiving power for just 1 second, it goes down by 72. So do I need to like do the recipe in that 1 second where it's within the threshold, or can I like use a different machine to slightly lower the KEV as well, or the MEV? Oh, actually, yeah, it's MEV and it's lowering by KEV, so yeah, it's completely different metrics. That's not a problem. I'm just generalizing. It's silly. Yeah, that's not a problem. As for the power on the accelerator, neutron accelerator, 25 EU tick, goes up by individual EVs 10 to 20. So every EU does that. So it goes up by 320 to 640 per tick. Thank you for the Prime sub, damn. It's my first subscribble. Thank you so much. Fair enough. Should mention to you that there's a fancy trick you can do to skip the ad that doesn't require a Prime. Just a little ball knowledge. You could, if you reload the page, it doesn't retry with the ads. At least for me, you can just like skip them by doing that. But nevertheless, thank you for the Prime. Yippee, sub goal met. Wow. Just need the Mark 1. It's gonna be quite a craft to do all this. Jesus. 10 beta C. What the hell is this? Kinda sound like a cringe alloy. You cringe. Not that cringe. I'll like find out how to throttle the input when I get there, I guess. Like I'm guessing I throttle the like the power cable that's putting power into this thing. Turn that on and off. And I'm just kind of assuming that the neutron sensor is gonna give me a precise reading. To do that, so I should probably make one of these to see the option it provides. Yeah, just have all of this. Takes a fluid though, so I'm just gonna make a pattern for it. Oop. Might as well keep the pattern. It's used for... Oh, it's not even like showing what Maltese is used in. Interesting, bit annoying. So you get a IV accelerator to get it close to the threshold, and then the LV for micro adjustments. Is that what you're doing? Like IV to get it there, LV to keep it there. Seems pretty smart. This is circuit 1. Put it over here. Neutron sensor. Bunch of garbage. Cheap garbage though. Yeah. Why can't I just be like crafting grid so I can just request it and do it in my terminal? And like, what the hell? Like, I have to make patterns for things in my pattern creating simulator. Like, what the hell? Such a scam. Okay, what is interface here? The threshold. And then, okay, pretty simple. So you're probably gonna want like 2 of these to make an RS latch. Like a upper threshold and a lower threshold. But I'm about to unlock the crafting input buffer, which supports both items and fluids in one. Very nice. Crafting input buffer. So this one. Get that at UHB. It's funny. Space assembler. All this just for a it's just so stupid. Why does anything that holds like an item and a fluid at the same time have to be so expensive? Like these solidifier hatches too, they're just so bloated expensive. It's literally just like a input hatch, but it has a fancier item slot. Like, what the hell? It costs like $1 billion, and the soul of your firstborn. Like, it's crazy. Like, these already have a item slot. Like the normal ones have 2 item slots. These well, I guess they're 3. I guess that's the fancy part. They're 3 item slots. Yeah, I was just like mentioning wanting 2 for the RS latch. But yeah, a third for the IV accelerator would also be very nice. So I guess with like a normal automation, you would have the IV and the LV would end up running at the same time to heighten the amount, and then the LV just keeps it there. And the IV one does like literally nothing after that. So how do you like? How would you throttle the accelerator? Can you like put a what do they call it? Machine control cover on the accelerator itself, or do you have to throttle the cable? when you're just saying yes with no context, and I'm saying like a or question, it's kind of giving me a bit of mixed vibes about which one you're saying yes to. Especially when you say yes twice. Okay. So I would be a bit worried if I have to somehow like automate disconnecting and reconnecting a cable, because I don't even think there is anything for that. But like, it is correct, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not gonna try to make you use that. Okay. I guess just lay that out so I have it for next time, because I don't think I'm gonna be here long enough to make a whole ass neck with a line. Stuff like that. And then I can just like get a RS latch. Yeah, I have to build one myself. If you can also technically break the IV hatch once you reach the energy, since the energy is retained in control, not the whole structure. Yeah, I thought that too, but like, if something happens, if like you get a full blackout, it's just nice to have it, so it'll start itself up again. I guess maybe you would also want a fourth neutron sensor to throttle the to like toggle the controller to make sure that it doesn't try to run a recipe when it's at the wrong threshold. That might also be an idea, because I'm a bit of a goober. I do plan around it to make myself seem like a bit less of a goober, but I don't trust myself to not have a full base blackout at some point, and I don't want my neutron activators to be voiding recipes and I'm not noticing. But it also, like, what does it say here? Like, if it has... Oh yeah, if it's too much or too low, it will output trash. Just wanted to make sure that it went in both directions. But yeah, I guess get 4 of these. And I can... I don't have that much space. Input hatch. It's a bit annoying when there's just like random blocks in the middle of the bottom you have to build around the outside. Okay, what? You have like minimum requirement, 7 minimum. Can satisfy that using only the top, it's not a problem. Then the bottom only has outputs, of which I need how many? 2 outputs. So then out of the 16 I have at the bottom, this would be 6 of that. Yeah, I think I'll have spaces. It's gonna be awkward to set up, but should have space. Okay. Then as for, I needed 42, right? Let me just double check. Yeah, 42. Lumium. I think I needed those for the last as well. Should also get some increase production from this, but it might just be parallels. So do anything other than parallels? Also, I guess I'll ask this question again since there's a different selection of people here. If I were to like, for this machine here, for example, like I want to if I want to run it, have it able to run parallels while still using IV power, how would I do that? Because if I had an extra IV hatch, it's just gonna overclock to LuV, which lowers the efficiency, while the parallels would have the same efficiency. Because when I'm making like a bajillion coils, which like these need a IV, take 35 seconds, I'm not using any of the parallels. But like, still, even if the parallels are prioritized, it would still try to run LuV at lower tier recipes, wouldn't it? Like, if it can do LuV and the parallels at the same time. Or does the math just not add up there? But still, like, you say that, but I've also seen the EBFs not do full parallels even when there's enough in the bus to, like, sacrifice one parallel to do an overclock instead. So, like, once I have the upgraded power system, I probably could just say, I'll just do with LuV, I can afford that. But, like, right now, I can't afford to run things at LuV. Need to save that bandwidth for EBF. Yeah, I know that part. That's why I want to optimize for all the parallels. I'm just asking if there's a way I could give this thing 2 or 3 amps of IV instead of either giving it 1 or 4. Like maybe if I could put an IV energy hatch and a EV one, or like somehow convince this IV energy hatch to take 2 amps instead of just 1. It's many stuff like that I'm asking about. Yeah, I guess maybe I haven't really double checked the recipes overly much, but it could just be that it needs to, like, it's not overclocking, it just needs to run at that tier to do the recipe, and that's why it's only doing 7, because it only has enough for 7. Might just be that. Because next time I spot it, I could clarify. Okay. Unfortunate, but like it's fine. I can wait a bit. I am not smart enough to eliminate waiting completely from this pack. But like you don't really eliminate waiting, you just do something else while waiting. Which part of this was it that I needed the thing for? Oh, right, the craft itself. But like theoretically, could I use the IV energy hatch to like make it able to run IV recipes and then put like 2 EV energy hatches on it, which will overclock to another IV amp? Like, would that be a way to give it 2 IV amps? Probably a bit of an odd question. You would have to try it to know. Yeah, because like it seems like mixing energy hatches is the type of thing that would make your base explode. So like I'm not gonna be the one to try it. I'm just asking in case anyone else has. You never know. Any other problematic things here? Like you maybe ES plates. Just 3. Yeah, go test it. My personal guinea pig. Come back with glory and knowledge. How much of this do I have? Probably not much. Literally just a robot arm. Jesus. Is Evangel still streaming, by the way? He is. Very useful. Because I don't really think I'm gonna be doing too much today. I've already... Oh, actually no, let me check the loss of the Nakoda line. We'll just recycle. This is... This just goes back. Like with a rich solution. Oh, actually I think that does output Kodahine. You get the penis fluid back. 5 to 1, 2. Well, let me just do the math here. You do get it back. Very nice. It's recycled. Love to see it. Then just mix with sodium, and that's your final. Let's just recycle, get just sodium back, and do it if you really want to. Might as well though. Electrolyzers are cheap, they're just blobs of chrome and just other cheap stuff. I think it's chrome and protein. Yes. Very cheap. The Lumium made of. I do remember this from last time I made the imprecise casings, and that it was annoying. I think it was due to this luminescence. The energy mixture of phosphoric acid. I think it's mainly just because I made it manually, and it took a while to craft. Not expensive though. Gonna require a few awkward recipes and another hatch on my fluid shaper. That's fine. Fluid solidify hatches are not expensive anymore. Especially just making one of them. Is there anything else here of note? The group alloy here. It's actually... Well, I'm not using that recipe, that's for sure. Let's check ABS, I guess. How do I get this actually? Huh. Actually, yeah, maybe I can make this. It's kind of just looking like a dead end though. Like, there's no way I can do this recipe though, is there? No way. As for the MAR 200, there's niobium, the rest is free. How do I get the 300? No, not the 300, the C200. Back fast for these. High precision. actually the precise mode or normal mode? Let's see. Remember the distinction. Okay, I do need to make a second one of these for the precise recipes anyways. Because it does seem to be a one or the other situation. How do I get these? I'm confused. Guess maybe it looks small dust? No. Like there's no way I could get a CP get up to CPM power. Not even talk about running it, like I need LuV energy hatches for that. Like hello? Can I even like make that in a million years? It's actually early on. I guess maybe I do need LuV energy hatches. Oh my god, do I have to run at EBF at CPM before I can upgrade my power grid? It's literally my entire power grid. 82 of these ingots. Make them just 19 at a time. It's just so much. Jesus. Power grid is begging for mercy. Doesn't explode. Does it work though? Does it give the desired effect? Any other these that are gonna kick me while I'm down? I think I've made these before. These socks. I definitely have made these before. This is an aqueduct. To be able to afford a little bit. It will not overclock. Does it do the parallels? No. Like I'm guessing you're doing the one IV hatch, 2 EV hatches thing. So does it give extra overclocks? And if so, does it give 2 or 3 overclocks? Like will the IV hatch pull more? Is a problem? No. Just molybdenum, just fine. I can get that. Power fails. To do that. An LuV and 12 IV. And like if you're doing the precise assembler, it can only do recipes based off its highest energy hatch. Vending machine. You sure that every hatch is getting like at least 2 amps? Well, getting the 2 amps that it could possibly pull. Because like it could maximum be trying to pull 8 amps of LuV. Unless I can't do math. Yes, I am making these. LuV cutting machine. LuV chemical reactor. Also Nakoda out my ears. God. Nakodahine. And like none of the Nakoda line actually needs LuV power, so I should be able to make that. Seems maybe I'll have to test that myself in a creative world. But not today. I think I'm done for today. Thanks everyone for watching. Leave a follow if you enjoyed. And take care. Have a good day / night, all that. Have a good next 24 hours, I guess I could say. Time zones, man. Wait, it does work? Does it do the parallels? Buffer issue. Nice. Well, I guess I still want to definitely test it out in the creative world first with the precise assembler. So gotta find out how I can move some of those over. Should also work. Hello, Term. You're joining just in time for the end of the stream. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be waiting here. I think I'll be waiting Evangle. Thanks for the follow, Lord of Turtles. That's the follow goal as well. And it's meeting all the goals. But yeah. What is Evangel doing? Trying to get to Stargate with logistic nicer teams. This'll see get over there. Well, enjoy your stay at the Evangel stream, and have a good day. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Hope I don't get cut off here.